Welcome to ACC Sunday Baseball. We're in Chapel Hill at Boshermer Stadium for Game 3 of what's been the biggest series in college baseball this weekend with number 3 North Carolina and second-ranked Georgia Tech. And it's been great to spend the last couple days with Eduardo Perez. Wester, I'm delighted to have you with us. The Tar Heels have dominated the first 2 nights, and they've wasted no time getting started each game.
I know. Look, the first 2 innings have really dictated what has been the outcome in these 2 games, but I think it's going to be a little different this afternoon. You're looking at the wind blowing out. This could be more conducive to an offensive attack of Georgia Tech.
Well, Jackets have got to get started because Carolina has been the more aggressive team, not just pitching, but hitting, Eduardo.
And what we're seeing is, yes, hard contact, but it's how they got there, right? It's via getting ahead in counts, not chasing pitches. This is what happened in Game 1. In Game 2, the same exact thing. They scored 3 runs early. They continued to attack and put pressure on the defense. Pitching was a little erratic against North Carolina, and that's one of the big reasons why they were able to get out ahead and stay ahead yesterday.
And the real story in this is the top 4 hitters for each school. Georgia Tech had a lot of thunder, Burris and Lackey at the top of the card. Carolina, though, as we said at the top, much more aggressive, much more effective.
Yeah, look, I'm not surprised with the pitching of what Georgia Tech, of what North Carolina was able to do to an offense. Great pitching takes care of offense, but the offense of North Carolina at home has been special. They've out-hit them, they've out-slugged them, they've out-walked them, and obviously that creates a lot of runs, so they've outscored them as well.
Well, and now today, the winner of this game is going to get first place in the ACC standings. The 2 wins by Carolina to clinch the series have forced a tie at the top of the chart. Scott Forbes hands the ball to Folger Boaz today.
Yeah, the junior right-hander, 212 pounds, but most importantly, something has to change. And it could be him landing the changeup with his 3-pitch mix. If he's able to get that changeup against righties to be able to chase outside the zone, it could be another really good afternoon for the Tar Heels.
Color rush game. Carolina all blue, Georgia Tech in all gold, if you will. First pitch of the ball game, just off the plate. And we go to this Georgia Tech lineup because for the first time since late March, it is not Drew Burris and Von Lackey at the top of the card. Here's Carson Kearse leading off for Georgia Tech, who's 1 for 7 this weekend.
And it could be the left-hander on the mound. It could be also that Kearse has had really good at-bats as of late, plus his on-base percentage is just as high, if not higher, than the guys at the top.
2-0. Make it 3-0.
461 on-base percentage coming into this game.
3-0 quickly to Kearse, the Jackets shortstop. And there's the 3-0 strike.
True leadoff hitter here, takes also on 3-1 to start the game. Let's see what Kearse does. Ball 4.
5-pitch walk gets first-year head coach James Ramsey's day underway. You see the ABCA Player of the Year in 2012. Historically, he's the first guy in the ACC, the nearly 75-year history of the league, to be the former Player of the Year in the conference and now a head coach.
Don't forget, Florida State Seminole ACC Player of the Year.
You guys had an alumni meeting yesterday, by the way, I noticed. The thing I want with you and Ramsey one day is I just want each of you to give me your 2 or 3 best Mike Martin stories, because I know they're out there.
Oh, that's more than an hour special. That could be a
3-part series.
Oh yeah.
It is 1 ball, 1 strike, and here is Drew Burris. To say it's been a difficult weekend might be an understatement. Burris is 1 for 8. He has only struck out once. He banged into a double play yesterday. And he's walked once, and here's one hit to the left side. Stepping on the bag and making the throw across is Schaffner, the shortstop. He got the force play on Kearse, but Burris is safe at first.
Man, it's the only play that Schaffner had was taking himself, as Gallagher was also going after the ball. Really good adjustment, being able to change, going straight, the transfer, and the strong throw over to first. But Burris really good with his legs and also had that swinging lead to be able to get the first on time.
So that'll bring Advincula to the plate for the Jackets. One of the top hitters in the country a year ago. And he takes the ball from Folger Boaz. Off the base down at first is Burris. That ball slugged and back through the box. Burris will take off around second and hold, make a quick turn. And give Owen Hull credit. He came in charging and got the ball back into the infield to keep Burris from trying to go to third. Clearly, though, he was looking to make the turn.
Yeah, he was looking to make the turn, and it was smart play by not going over to third. Rule of thumb is simple. If Hull has the ball or is about to catch the ball and you're just getting to second base, you stay. If he does not have the ball and it's just a foot away, then you go to third base and challenge Hull's arm.
So here's Von Lackey. And he's looking for his first hit of the weekend. A walk, a strikeout, 1 run batted in, but 0 for 8 officially. So Avicula has added a single. There's been a walk, a fielder's choice.
But this is important for Georgia Tech. First inning, it wasn't a 10-pitch inning like yesterday, in and out. Already on the 12th pitch, threatening in the top of the first inning, something they haven't done yet.
Lackey fooled there. 2-1.
I'm okay if he's fooled on a 2-0 count. He's looking for dead red fastball.
Right.
Great pitch. Great pitch, great execution. You don't have to throw for a strike. You make it appear as it's going to be a strike.
First Jacket in 9 years to homer in 5 straight games. That ball's hit sharply to third. Long throw to first, and it's dropped. And turning and coming to score is Burris. Avicula heads over to third, and Lackey is aboard at first, and all of a sudden Georgia Tech's got the first run of the ball game.
This is their type of baseball right now. Create hard contact. They've been able to do so. So far, all 4 first hitters have been able to get on. Excellent play at third base by Nicholson. Most likely could be scored as a hit and an error because of the extension right there. But because the runner scored in advance to third, you could see it being scored that way.
So Lackey's aboard at first. Avicula is a third. And their rating is Hernandez. Alex Hernandez, 2 for 7, a walk and a strikeout this weekend. You're going to see these numbers, and then we're going to get to the Carolina numbers. You're going to see a lot more than just 2 or 3 hits in a weekend. Not many, but they're 4 guys with 3 or more hits this weekend for Carolina. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hernandez.
Boaz has shown that he has the ability to get the ball on the ground.
It is scored an error. Straight up error on the third baseman, Nicholson.
Straight up error? Tough scorekeeper right there.
Error. Yep. Error on the throw. Hardline home guy, huh?
That's a hard one right there.
Runner at first goes. Fouled away by Hernandez. Lackey runs very well for a catcher. Like, very well.
Hasn't been caught yet trying to steal. 7 for 7.
You're looking at Burris, who's already scored, and Lackey is 2 of the top prospects in the draft. Down the line, Avicula comes. Boaz had it fouled back.
All right, you guys sure that the ball has not been able to come into the booth? Because I almost flinched on that one.
Well, we appreciate Steve Newmark, the Senior Associate Athletic Director, will be the new AD here at Carolina in July, coming by.
There we go.
You hesitated to ask, though, about the liability.
Oh.
It was an excellent opportunity for you to get out in front.
It really was.
Yeah.
Trying to get ready for this one.
Yeah. 1-2. Yeah! Got him. Breaking ball, and Hernandez over the top of it here, Eddie.
I think it's one of the toughest pitches to be able to adjust to. And you go back to the dugout shaking your head. Breaking pitch right there. Great location. Down and in. It shows, and it appears to be a strike coming out of the hand. and then it just disappears and does not cross the bat path.
Schmidt homered yesterday for the Jackets. 2 for 4 on the weekend, 2 RBIs. He's walked 3 times. And now with 2 down, it'll take a 2-out hit for Schmidt to advance the frame.
Okay, would not be surprised if Georgia Tech tries to steal another run with left on left at the plate. You got Lackey at first, Burris at third.
21st pitch of the inning for Folger Boaz.
Advincula, excuse me, I said Burris at third. It's Advincula.
Schmidt, the transfer waits. That's a strike. 1-2. Home plate umpire Jeff Francis this afternoon. Schmidt will wait. Lefty on lefty setup for Boaz. Throw back over. Lackey to the bag standing.
What a great opportunity there with the 1-2 count to have had Lackey go on first move and maybe Advincula at third base, trying to steal run with a left-handed pitcher on the mound and a lefty at first base as well.
James Ramsey, Georgia Tech's coach, is at third there. In the dirt and off the plate, 2-2.
Nice block there by Heineck with runner at third base, keep it in front of him.
Ken Schmidt started his college career at Georgia Southern, transferred to Atlanta last summer. 2-2. Fouled away. Played on the Cape and all the things you want in a college career. Falmouth was his address in the Cape. 2-2. Good fight here.
Really good battle. Going into his 27th pitch already of this inning.
One of the things Scott Forbes and Brian Gaines looking for were length today, right? You've already used McDuffie. You've used a bunch of guys who won't see action probably for about a week. 2-2. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts by Boaz after Georgia Tech gets an early run. There was an error as well. 1-0 Jackets. Carolina bats next. Well, if you're looking for the star for the weekend for North Carolina, let me suggest Owen Hall. 3 for 7, 7 RBIs. A grand slam yesterday in the second inning to essentially wrap the ball game up.
Man, sometimes you got to throw away that scouting report and say that Owen Hall has not really hit spin, high spin really well. Well, yesterday on that first pitch for the grand slam,
yeah,
he saw spin and he spun it out of this ballpark.
Sure did. And Georgia Tech hands the ball today to the I was told earlier today this is the Thomaston Tank. 6 feet, 220-pound right-handed sophomore Jackson Blakely gets the ball, Eduardo.
Yeah, 2 years removed from Tommy John surgery, and they really love this kid's arm. He's come up last year. They did not redshirt him because they saw the potential that he could help them later on. He's got a cutter that continues to cut. And most importantly, he does throw the changeup both to lefties and righties. So expect the unexpected.
We're going to keep an eye today on Blakely, who has done pretty well, by the way, in his recent performances. You go back and look at his worksheet here. He has been very good against the ACC. He was a winner last weekend and a start against Florida State. He went 5 innings. He got a win at Cal where he went 5 1/3. Got a win against NC State where he started and went 7 innings. That's the longest tenure he's had in the league. He got a 4-inning win at Pitt. And he went 4 1/3 to get a win at Clemson. So a little success in the ACC for Mr. Blakely. Or I'm sorry, Clemson, he went 4 1/3 and took the loss. And then has won 4 straight: NC State, Pitt, Cal, and Florida State. And a ball and 2 strikes it is to Schaffner, who this weekend is 3 for 5. He scored 3 times and walked 5 times. Blakely 1-2 foul off. Count hold.
Let's see what Carolina can do. Exactly what they've done on Friday and yesterday, and it's score often and early. 3 runs averaging between the first inning of each ball game. Yep. And it all starts with this man at the plate.
Yeah, Carolina's won 5 straight, 8 of their last 9. Said at the top, this is a winner-take-all for first place in the ACC. Tar Heels clinched the series yesterday. Schaffner went after one up in the zone, fouled it back. Been a fun series for Carolina. Georgia Tech, not so much. Transfer from North Dakota State. Watches one fly by. 2-2. This shouldn't be much of a change for Jake Schaffner. If he was in Fargo, this is
a warm day.
He's from Janesville, Wisconsin.
Tank tops.
No surprise he doesn't have any shirt sleeves on under that button-up jersey. Foul that away. He hit .353 in 2 years at North Dakota State. Summit League Defensive Player of the Year, which typically has been a single bid league, by the way, to the NCAA tournament. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That is slugged and fair, and by the diving second baseman at Vincula. So a sharply hit single is the leadoff play for Carolina.
Short, quick, being able to keep those hands in, and then driving it past the 3-4 hole. With 2 strikes, that's really impressive right there. And again, North Carolina has not been able to, better said, Georgia Tech has not been able to figure out North Carolina in this first inning with the leadoff hitter getting on again.
8-pitch at bat for Schaffner. And now here's Gallagher. Timing error will award a ball. Gavin Gallagher, 3 for 8.
So does that count on the pitch count?
We're gonna have to,
because we went up to 9 right there, and it was an 8-pitch at bat. And now it's 1-0 count. Does that?
That's a good question. By the way, a lot of people here in the last few minutes, I think, are sitting in your camp on the error charge to Nicholson, by the way, in the Georgia Tech top of the first. They thought Lackey should have gotten a hit, not just an error on Nicholson. It is not a counted pitch. 2-1. Schaffner at first, Gallagher at the plate, nobody out in the Carolina first. popped up. Well out of play.
I like how you added the well out of play. That was a capital W-E-L-L.
Well, because I know you're concerned.
I am.
That one's going to skip the net.
It's the moneymaker.
Yes, yes it is. Yeah, that's exactly right. Wait till I call Ravitch and tell him throw down to first. A 3-2 count now. It is for Gallagher.
Now, the one thing that a lot of teams already expect is Lackey from behind the plate to be able to do the snap throw.
Yeah.
So that's part of the scouting report as well.
Gallagher started all 61 games a year ago for Carolina at third. That ball skied. Foul territory on the line. Schmidt will have it. Out number one. In foul territory. So one away. And here is the Tar Heel hero from yesterday.
And it's Owen Hall, who yesterday did not miss with his at-bats. Working the counts in his favor and being able to be aggressive on any pitch that was in the zone.
Yep. In for a strike.
How do you eliminate a really good changeup? Well, you move up on the box a little bit, and that's exactly what we saw already from Schaffner and now from Hull as well.
Toward left, on the run. Brocious can't get there. Burris will clean it up. They're going to wave. Schaffner, throw at the plate is up the line, and we're tied at one. And the beat goes on for Owen Hall.
Different day, same outcome. Barreled up, stays through it. This time to left center field. Brocious trying to make the play, not being able to, but Schaffner, great job at first base with the read and scoring again. Carolina in the first inning.
Yep.
Leaving their mark, and they continue to hit.
Parker Brocious getting the start in left today. Remember, Caleb Daniel made a diving grab out there on Friday night. Has also been pretty handy at the plate. There's a fastball inside to Macon Winslow. This guy's been on fire. He's hit 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Both of his hits have been homers. Here's the 1-0. That is popped up. Will it stay in the yard at the first base side? The answer is no.
Yesterday's home run left this ballpark in a hurry. right out of the stretch of Burris in center field, who I thought caught it at one point.
Transfer from Duke. And throw back down to second. Winslow and Gallagher are former teammates at the Pro 5 Academy, which is here in the Triangle area. Winslow started his career at Duke before coming to Chapel Hill after Chris Pollard's departure to Virginia. And Winslow has been a welcome addition. We're seeing Colin Hynek catch today. Winslow is the designated hitter in the lineup for Coach Forbes. One-two. Popped up and foul out of play again. And there is Scott Forbes. Looking for NCAA tournament appearance number 6, most certainly, and probably hosting as well under the current landscape.
Great ballpark, great place to host.
The 1-2. Foul back and out of play. Count will hold with 1 out here in the first. 20 pitches now in the books for Jackson Blakely. He and Folger Boaz being tested here early. Just missed. 2-2.
Very good pitch. Too close to take, some would say, with 2 strikes.
Two-two. On the ground is short. Backing up out there is Curse. On to first. Nice play on the back end by Schmidt for out number 2.
Again, Curse just showing great footwork at shortstop. Understanding the read, staying back and getting himself in position for the hop. And really good job at second base by Hall, just reading it. Ball's right in front of him. You stay at second base. Don't try to go and be the hero trying to take that extra 90.
Curse knows where he is. Schmidt's done a nice job 2-3 times this weekend, last couple games, of handling bounces. That's an underrated value, I think, as well. As Paulson, a big swing and a miss.
Underrated value, but as soon as he gets into that dugout, I would tell Curse, can we get it in the air, please? Just get it in the air. Make it easier on me, please.
That ball rolled back to the mound, but foul. 0-2. Hall will return to second. He's already got his 8th RBI of the weekend. Early candidate for ACC Player of the Week. Owen Hall. I don't have a vote in that, so it's just my recommendation. Paulson will go down on strikes. Strikeout for Blakely as he gets Paulson. Carolina gets a run on 2 hits, and we're tied after 1. Well, we told you at the top, Carolina winning the first 2 games here is forced to tie at the top of the card in the ACC. How about BC, by the way? They won the series 3-0 on Duke, clinching yesterday over in Newton, Mass. So winner today will have first for the time being, as Boaz starts the at-bat to Ryan Zuckerman with a strike 0-1. Still April, though, right? Still got some time.
Still early.
Yeah. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zuckerman. Georgia Tech got a run, technically on 2 hits. The second one was scored an error. But Carolina answered. And as you pointed out, Eduardo, that's a sign of a good team when you can answer back, right?
Big time.
2-1. Swing and a miss there on a fastball.
Fastball with a little tailing action. So far has stayed away the entire time on Zuckerman.
Fouled up the third base side. Zuckerman, the transfer from Pitt. They'll stay at 2-2 there.
First pitch that came in on Zuckerman, just fouled it. Able to get something on it. Was not expecting that pitch in.
Oh, it's 3-2. No, it was 2-2. Now it's 3-2.
Yeah. Scoreboard had
3-2. It was 2.
But we had it right.
Yeah. Okay. So here's 3-2. Fouled off again. Zuckerman 3 for 8 RBI, but struck out 5 times in the first 2 games. Struck him out. Boaz reached back and threw it by him at 93. Three straight Ks now for Folger Boaz.
Yeah, beautiful pitch again, elevated in the zone. Kept everything down until that last pitch.
Parker Brocious stands in. Brocious 267 on the year. 31st at bat. 2-0 quickly to Georgia Tech's left fielder today.
That's how it started last inning with a walk. First hitter. Try to avoid those.
There's a 4-pitch walk to Brocious. So a 1-out runner for Georgia Tech and a 9-hole hitter coming. Don't forget, this is the only conference game on the schedule Thursday. So we'll have everybody watching at historic Jack Coombs Field in Durham for number 3 North Carolina and Duke. Mike Barron and Eduardo Gabby Sanchez on the assignment in Durham.
Oh, the dynamic duo.
Tar Heels will make the 8-mile ride. Here's Baker, 0 for 5 with 2 walks and a strikeout this weekend. You and Gabby just pass each other in the airport. Is that the way that'll work, you think?
No, he's traveling a little bit more than I am right now.
0-1. Up the near side foul. We kind of distributed Florida State, Miami folks in our ACC Network baseball coverage.
Keep them local.
You and Devo, Graves, Sanchez. 0-2. And a throw back over to first. Will Baker 367 on the year. Struck out 23 times, drawn 29 walks. He's got 21 extra base hits, including 5 homers. One ball and 2 strikes to Baker. Top of the order waits with Curse. Fly ball, center field, Hull to his right. And has it for out, number 2.
This is now where Boaz, who was able to get out of the first 9, first time around the order with 1 run allowed, now has to see how they, and that's Georgia Tech, makes the adjustment to him and how he makes the adjustment to the Georgia Tech lineup second time around.
Right. So 2 out, 1 on, and another throw over to first.
It's already 5 throwovers to first base in this very young game.
You're allowed in the bigs
per hitter.
Yeah, 3. Off the plate, 1-0. 45 pitches in now for Folger Boaz. Curse walked in a go and now hits a 1-0 pitch. Shallow center field. Hull's got to come in. He'll make a running catch of it. And that'll take care of Georgia Tech. The walk is left aboard. Jackets and Heels tied at 1. Georgia Tech came into the weekend leading the ACC in hitting and in runs. Started to look at ERA. They were third. And you see how it's gone this weekend on the right. I mean, the ERA is taking a pounding here because of the hot start Carolina's gotten in both the ball games. And here we're in a 1-1 and a little bit of a battle. Lots of pitches have been thrown, though, by both clubs here as we walk our way to the bottom of the second. Jackson Blakely back out there to start to Tyler Howe here.
And the great John Sterling would say, that's baseball, Susan. If you are a big Yankee fan, you would understand exactly where I'm going with it. But look, it is baseball.
Yeah, it is. That's
you
right.
have all those numbers, and the next thing you know, you're facing a team that is pitching really well, that's locked in at home.
2-1 and toward the gap, and Brocious has it for out number 1.
Even with that out, you look at the counts. Again, they're working the counts in their favor. 2-1. They're not chasing out of the zone on 1-1 counts, and those are like the counts that really dictate what you're going to get the next pitch. And North Carolina has been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And it's because they're putting themselves in a great position to hit.
Here's Cooper Nicholson. He homered yesterday, right? Nicholson got a home run, 2 for 6, struck out twice this weekend, walked twice. Fouled at the plate, 1-1. Here's a thought in question. Clearly Carolina has now won 5 straight, 8 of 9. They're starting to pick things up, right? Scott Forbes' 6th season, that kind of thing.
That's the thought.
Yeah, that's the thought. The question is this. Georgia Tech becomes a team to focus, but Eduardo, when you saw this weekend based on their season of work, and now you've seen a game and change, 2 games and change, we're watching the 3rd here today. If you're James Ramsey, what's your punch list for the next 10 days? You're going to get Wake Forest next week, who just scored 40 in their last 2 games.
You get them at home, though.
Okay.
You don't get them at Wake.
But do you have a punch list of concern? Because you want to start ascending too here. Not to say they won't, but this is a pause for concern. This is one of the better teams you've played all year on the road. You got run ruled yesterday. It was a 3-run game on Friday night.
And a lot of missed opportunities yesterday for James Ramsey and the team.
Question.
There was never any let up in the abbreviated game.
3-2 here. Howell fouls
What
away.
I will say is that in order to beat Georgia Tech, you have to be able to beat, well, in the case of yesterday and the day before, it was Burris and Lackey. They neutralized those two guys at the top. We broke down the first four guys in that order because they really have not done much.
There's a walk to Nicholson with one out here in the second.
Beat those guys, and I think you end up having a chance to be able to beat Georgia Tech. Now, the pitching has to be better. The bases on balls, which we just saw another one there, have to be better. It was 12 of them yesterday, and they scored 6 runs out of those 12.
By the way, whatever happens here today, look what they're doing Tuesday night. That game, by the way, is at Truist Park in Atlanta. That's the Spring Classic for kids, which is, oh my goodness, almost 25 years old, maybe a little older. Originally started at Old Turner Field, the Tech-Georgia game, to benefit Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It's raised, I can't begin to tell you how much money's been raised through the years. It is a wonderful event. Here's the 0-1. And you would think, boy, that'd be a great game for TV. That game is not on television in any form on Tuesday night at Truist Park.
Good for them.
Yeah. You got to go to the ballpark. It's at the Battery in Atlanta. It is a great project and a collaborative effort. And everybody involved over the years deserves a tremendous amount of credit for the success of that event. It is unique. There's some schools that get together and do maybe one, but annually, that one game, it's amazing. And they've kind of created some variations. They played at the AAA ballpark up in Gwinnett once or twice, things like that. But the ball game in the Braves ballpark is Tuesday night in Atlanta with Georgia Tech and Georgia. By the way, you talk about a softball game breaking out. I think that happened in Arkansas yesterday.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. 26-15, Eduardo. That's one of your Florida State games from back in the day.
That'll make a lot of people miss some flights.
Heineck down on strikes. Collin, native Georgian, becomes the second strikeout victim of Blakely.
Yeah, slider starts away, stays away, and just shows you sometimes the timing is really important for players that do not have that opportunity of playing every day.
So here's Carter French at the bottom of the card. Takes a strike 0-1. French 1 for 6 with an RBI and has struck out twice. Carolina through the first 2 games hit .323. Georgia Tech hit 90 points less in the first 2 games. That ball is slugged over the top of second base and into right field, and taking third on a hurry is Nicholson. He came off the bag and he's tagged out. Really nice play by Zuckerman to stay with it.
Really nice play, and we see a lot of that, especially with those oven mitts that the runners have. Georgia Tech being bailed out right there. Let's see what they do at the top half of the third.
Here's the top 10 according to Kylie McDaniel, who handles that project for us in the MLB draft for ESPN. Von Lackey's listed as 3rd. Drew Burress is 8. You see everybody else on there. Flora, Emerson, the Texas commit, who's a high school player. Same thing for Eric Booth Jr. We get a look at Burress here, 0-1. So you've seen these guys now on the shelf for 2 nights. What are you thinking about Drew Burress and Von Lackey, Eduardo?
I'll tell you this, though. I love their body language on the field.
Here's Burress. He's going to send one to the gap. This could be 2 for Drew. He'll take the big turn at second. Nobody there, and he will go in standing with a double. So Burress has got his 12th double of the year.
Man, it's good to see him now swinging the bat a little bit better in getting on base like a leadoff hitter would. He's been the leadoff hitter for them all season long, now moved over to the 2 spot. But he starts it off here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
Yep. That'll bring Avicula to the plate. He's singled back in the 1st. That ball hammered between the gap at 1st and 2nd. Burress going to take the hard turn. Ramsey windmills him home, and Georgia Tech's back in front. Burress has scored twice here in the ball game. RBI for Avicula.
3 pitches for Boaz. All 3 pitches they've swung at, and 2 of them they've hit very hard. Second time around the order, these guys are starting to make an adjustment. They saw what they could out of Boaz. Bat head flat through the zone, driving in a run, the go-ahead run so far here in the top half of the 3rd.
And now here's Lackey. Still looking for his first hit of the weekend. Reached on an error in the 1st. As they like to say in baseball, he's due. Looked like we got the early makings of a fire drill in the Carolina pen.
Okay, so last time he was 2-0, and that was Boaz. He threw a changeup, a really good one to Zuckerman. Let's see what he does right here.
Check on Avicula at 1st.
Lackey with a really strong top hand gets that bat head through the zone in a hurry.
Off the plate.
One fastball away.
Would you throw this guy something knowing he's hitless?
I would actually throw him that 2-seam fastball and keep it down to see if I can get 2 out of it. North Carolina defense has worked really well the first 2 games.
Tar Heels shifted around on Lackey, who takes, oh my. Jeff Francis threw up the right hand, and Lackey, who was headed to 1st, did the circle.
Now, when you're going well, you don't mind this 3-0 call, but when you're not, you're hoping that it's a ball and you take 1st.
Right. So 3-1 off the fastball, and at the letters, it's full. Kind of peeled off that a little bit down to 84.
Now, if you're Lackey, you have to think middle the other way.
Full count with a runner on and 1 in. And another throw back over to 1st.
I didn't like this right here. You have him throw over to 1st. You've executed to the last 2 pitches really well. Now you just change the arm slot, change the rhythm, now going to 1st base.
3-2. Ball 4.
And this is what happens usually. You see a lot of arm side balls out of left-handed pitchers after you ask them to throw over to 1st. That was a trick also that Hal McRae explained to me as a hitting coach in Cincinnati when he was my hitting coach.
Yep.
So they throw over, cancel, and eliminate anything middle in. Think middle away, because lefties, the ball will tail that way after the release point from having gone to 1st base.
Brian Gaines out. You saw Mateus was the right-hander. Jackson Rose the left-hander in the Carolina bullpen.
Mateus threw a heck of a game in the bullpen and then came in and threw another pretty good inning.
He threw a simulated game in the bullpen yesterday.
For a few innings.
Yeah, yeah. Now, we kid, but we're not kidding.
No.
And 2 more Tar Heels and hoodies headed down to the bullpen, too. Pretty soon we'll have everybody but My goodness, who else is going to go down there? Pretty soon it'll be like Scott Bradley doing all the catching. B.J. Surhoff, who knows? Gaines is through on his visit with Boaz. And Mateus is down there warming up, and the left-hander was Jackson Rose, so we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, James Ramsey, after that visit, is going to bring Hernandez, and he and Schmidt kind of exchanging.
They gave him the thumb guard.
Yeah, the thumb guards.
Yeah, for that top hand. Now, this is interesting because this is a prolific offense that Georgia Tech has. Wind's blown out.
Yeah.
Corners are not anticipating a bunt. I would not be either, especially with Hernandez, who has 7 home runs on the season. But a lot of teams would here.
Hernandez taking all the way.
And
strike.
I love the fact that he's not. We see this in a lot of teams because that's how teams are built. But James Ramsey understands the makeup of his team.
Oh boy. Bunted, popped it up.
No. That's on him. That's on his own. He did that one on his own. Out. If you're going to do it, you do it on the first pitch.
Yes.
You don't do it on the second one when you're already down 0-1 count. And watch the bat head here. It stays behind and then it drops. That right there tells me that that hitter is not comfortable at all, and that's Alex Hernandez, not comfortable at all getting the bunt down.
Schmidt struck out the first time, stands in now with 1 out and 2 on. Georgia Tech hit into 3 double plays yesterday, right? 2 were unassisted. And now the Jackets are staring that percentage here with 1 out.
Let me compound it a little bit more. You have a left-handed hitter hitting behind you, Alex Hernandez. You do not bunt there. No matter what Schmidt does in this circumstance. Left against right, advantage is yours. Get a pitch, a good pitch that you can rip.
So here's the 1-1 with the runners first and second. Fouled it off at the plate, and it's 1-2. Hernandez, Schmidt, and Zuckerman all struck out to Folger Boaz to end the first and start the second. Georgia Tech's taking the lead here in the third. Fouled off again. Jackets have lost 2 straight to the same opponent for the first time this year. They had lost consecutive games before yesterday. They lost the last game at Clemson and a road game to Auburn in consecutive games, but this is only the second time they've lost 2 games to the same opponent. And it will also be their first conference series loss of the year, regardless of what happens here today, since Carolina won yesterday after winning 5-2 here on Friday night. That ball into right could be trouble, and it will be. Schmidt went down and got it. Avicula will score easily. Lackey stops at third. It's second and third and 1 out, and a big hit by Kent Schmidt.
A huge hit by Kent Schmidt, who saw a lot of pitches in his first time up, and we're seeing Georgia Tech being able to take advantage of the second time around. Pitch stays down in the zone, and Schmidt just barrels it and is able to drive in one and get to second base on it.
Did a really nice job of digging down to go and pull it toward right. And that gives Zuckerman a chance here with a pair of runners in scoring position.
And let's not forget the last time Zuckerman came up, he struck out on a pitch 3-2 up in the zone. And every pitch except one was middle away.
So it's a 3-1 Georgia Tech lead. Fourth hit of the day for Georgia Tech. That That ball on the ground, sharply hit. Schaffner will throw on, concede the run. Lackey scores from third, and it's 4-1, out number 2.
Okay, so what does that tell you when the infield is back, especially up the middle with runners at second and third, and you're down already 2 runs? It tells you that you believe in your offense of your coach Forbes. You believe that the wind is blowing out. You believe in the team that you've seen the last 2 days. And he doesn't think that 4 runs is going to win this game.
Brocious looks at the pitch low for ball 1. Parker walked in the second. That ball bounced away, and that'll allow Schmidt to get to third. So Boaz, 68 pitches in through 2 2/3. Popped up, out of play. It has scored a wild pitch that got Schmidt to third. That ball looked like it was headed out and it actually dropped in foul territory.
No, the wind's really blowing and it's howling towards left center field.
Yep. Somebody could hit one to Ehringhaus if they get it up going to left.
It's swirling out there. I said left center, and it said, oh, wait, it's going to right center. Wait, now it's going to center. It's all over the place.
It's
bad hair day out there.
It's downwind. Pulled it away. 3-1. Schmidt at third. Georgia Tech with 3 runs here in the third. Ball 4. That is the 4th walk issued today by Boaz. And Heineck will go out. Scott Forbes is going to make the change, and we're going to make it with him. We'll take a timeout. 3 in, first and third with 2 outs. And Carolina's going to get Mateus in the ball game for the 2nd straight day. We'll come back and tell you about him in a moment. Well, we work about an hour into our ball game here today in Chapel Hill. Don't forget, we got full coverage starting this week. Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. in Charlotte, the ACC's Women's Lacrosse Championship. Full coverage with all ACC and, of course, the great action from the Queen City right here on ACC Network and available for you on the ESPN app. Some of the lacrosse powers on the women's side in the ACC. Here's Matthew Mateus, senior from Greenville, North Carolina, down in Pitt County, making his 17th appearance of the year for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, and straight over the top. You see the numbers on the left. We showed them to you yesterday. If you did not see them, the 20 strikeouts and 17 2/3 innings of work. Only threw a third of an inning yesterday. He's coming in to try to just be able to get the Tar Heels back into that dugout and give them an opportunity to score and try to tie this thing up. But still has to go against Will Baker, who's up right now.
Yeah, Will Baker, by the way, a fly ball to center in his first at bat an inning ago. At the corners here, Schmidt at third, Brocious at first. Schmidt's 2-run double, the big knock here in the third for the Jackets. And a strike from Mateus.
These are the type of pitchers that it's really hard as a catcher, anything thrown in the dirt, to be able to block because it's straight over the top. You're used to already seeing catchers know which way the breaking ball is going to break off the dirt.
He's a slider fastball guy. Low 90s in the fastball. Veteran guy for Scott Forbes. Foul back by Baker. He was on the way to having a nice season a year ago and then was injured. He was 1-1 with 2 saves in 18 2/3 innings. He was third team All ACC 2 years ago. One and 2 now to Baker. That one caught the top of the net.
On the other side of the field, though.
Yeah,
no
on the other side of the field.
I don't panic with left-handed hitters. I panic with the righties.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
I will say this, though. Baker really quiet with his hands. Holds them neck high and just keeps them right there.
That ball is clubbed. Backing up at second was Gallagher, and on the first to take care of Georgia Tech. But the Jackets play 3 in the third and lead 4-1 when we continue on ACC Network.
Doesn't get a lot bigger than this.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Who will emerge? We'll see.
Tuesday morning, May 19th, we'll be with you from Uptown Charlotte, the ACC Baseball Championship. Here's a look at the weekend headlines from weekend number 7 of ACC play. Boston College got the sweep on Duke. They won 7 straight, Eduardo. You're not kidding now. BC's going to have a say-so in some of this.
Man, the weather's starting to warm up.
Yeah.
Just like the Golden Eagles.
By the way, Boston College, that would be a big story. Wake Forest 40 runs in 2 games, Eduardo.
Wind must be blowing out.
It might be at the couch. And then noted at the bottom, Virginia won the series from Clemson. with the victory yesterday. Cavaliers took 2 of 3 from the Tigers. There are 3 games underway at this hour, including Wake State, Florida State, Notre Dame, Pitt, Virginia Tech, and the Pitt-Virginia Tech series in Blacksburg. That series tied at 1-1 yesterday. Pitt won 5-4. Joey Barron RBI hit in the 9th to win it for the Panthers. Miami has a 2-0 lead when they play this afternoon at Stanford. There's a ball hit by Schaffner into left field to start the inning for Carolina.
I'll tell you this, Schaffner is really impressed.
Yep.
It was the first at bat where he had a 1-2 count and was able to just keep the hands in and pull it. And this time just goes the other way on where the pitch is located. Beautiful piece of hitting.
So Jackson Blakely going to get Gallagher now, who was retired on a fly ball into foul territory back in the first. Gavin waits. First pitch fouled away. Miami leads Stanford 2-0. They play this afternoon. Canes won 4-3 yesterday on the farm. Cal has beaten Louisville twice. Golden Bears 6-5 winners yesterday. Daniel Murillo 2 home runs for homestanding Cal. That ball is skied right field for French, or rather Hernandez for out number 1. So 1 away in the Carolina third.
Has Owen Hall has he come up to hit with no one on in this entire series? It just seems like there's always someone on when Owen Hall.
We're going to ask the legendary Fred Kiger here in a moment. I don't think so. I think somebody's always on.
At least it seems that way.
Well, the 2 games we've done, I don't think he's come up empty at all. Maybe once. Yesterday felt like there were players everywhere. Every time he batted, one time he hit it all out of the park and cleared the bases. Grand slam that was, I mean, 10 feet off the bat, you knew it was gone. Every time yesterday, he had people on base. And the first time today, he had people on base.
Second time, too.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As the young generation would say, clock it. Still trying to figure that one out.
Clock it. 1-1. 2 balls and a strike to Hall. Blakely's going to have to be probably pretty particular here.
That's a big lead at first. And I love it because, you know, you want to let Hall swing the bat, but you also want to be able to apply pressure to the defense.
Right.
Especially when they're on the shift.
And James Ramsey is coming out. And he's also brought the trainer for the Jackets.
And I saw him point at his elbow when he threw the ball to first base. It was all arm. I wonder if he felt something in the elbow on Lackey.
Yeah, Paul Walkoff is in his 17th season as Georgia Tech's baseball trainer.
It's a lot of pressure being put on the elbow when he makes those behind the hitter throws, especially from the left-handed hitter.
Yep. Fouled right in front by Hall.
See right here and rubbing that elbow a little bit, stretching it out.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, he was leaning too.
And Hall waiting on a payoff pitch from Blakely, who's trying to keep Schaffner by the bag. 3-2 here. Runner goes. Strike 3, and the ball dropped on the throw from Lackey by Curse. Throw looked pretty good. I think it would have been a bang-bang play.
I think he would have been out. That one hopper right there on the right side of the bag.
And Von Lackey.
Well, the good thing is that it was a strong throw and he did not rub the elbow afterwards.
Yeah. Third strikeout for Blakely, by the way. And got the most dangerous guy in the lineup this weekend for Carolina in Hall. The 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Macon Winslow. He hit 2 home runs yesterday. Well, he's hit 2 home runs this weekend, I should say. Fouled out of play. Got to get way down there in the corner where folks bring their own seats. Hang out down there on the pine straw. By the way, I was telling you about the Yankees coming here in the 70s.
Right.
To play it there in the North Carolina radio booth. A couple doors away, they've got a picture of Reggie Jackson in the game on the wall.
Oh, there we go. You'll see that on the way out.
Yeah, you need to check that out. That's when this ballpark, its current iteration is dynamically different than its original. But that's when this ballpark kind of took stride a little bit. Of course, it is 17 years in this version since the expansion. They played a couple of years over in Cary at USA Baseball while they were working on the Bosch.
Heck of a job they did here.
Woo. Some kind of venue, huh? 1-2. Loyal fan base for Carolina baseball through the last 15, 16 years since they expanded the stadium has made the success of this program under Mike Fox's watch and now Scott Forbes.
It's pretty true, right? If you build it, they will come.
Yep. Fouled off at the plate. And there's old ACC baseball fans would tell you this. Tom DeArmey coached at Duke. Sam Esposito at NC State. Walter Rabb coaching at Carolina. If they could see what this has become in this era now, they would be amazed. Because Duke winning the championship with Chris Pollard, the success Elliott Avents had following Ray Tanner, the triangle of North Carolina and USA Baseball on top of that, Eduardo, people be amazed at where this game is at the collegiate level here. 3-2 it is to Winslow. Winslow waits. 9th pitch of the at-bat. Ball 4. So Winslow will walk for just a second time. It was going to go one way or the other. That is just the second walk Blakely has offered to Carolina today. And now Paulson, who struck out in the first, stands in. And Carolina's got the tying run at the plate.
And Paulson can tie this with one swing. Does have the power to do so.
And out will come Georgia Tech pitching coach Matt Taylor.
7 home runs on the season for Paulson. This is a good time to take a break right here and to be able to just let him gather himself so he can make the same type of pitches he made on Paulson the last time up. He got him out on breaking pitches down and in.
Caleb Daniel, I think, is making the walk down from the Georgia Tech bullpen. Remember, he started in left field the last 2 days. There's Daniel, who, by the way, has been pretty handy at the plate. Georgia Tech's best hitter by average. He's 3 for 6 in the first 2 ball games. I don't think that the visit from Taylor and Daniel walking down has any connection, but just a note.
Now, this has to be a breather right now that he's getting. Just to focus gather himself, and understand what's important. What's important is that guy that you're seeing right there with number 44.
Yeah. Matt Taylor's done a nice job, by the way, for Danny Hall and now for James Ramsey. Great experience in pro ball in Atlanta before coming to Georgia Tech. 2 outs and 2 on. And away to Paulson.
Lost the feel a little bit for that slider in the zone. Now falling behind 2-0. Off the slider, what do you go with? Eric right now, Paulson sitting on 1 pitch, and that's the number 1.
6'3", 200-pounder from Massapequa, Long Island.
Good take.
3-0 now to Paulson.
So if you go 2-0 slider, do you go back to that 3-0 slider, or do you go to 3-0 changeup? I'd give him the green light right here. Let's see what happens.
3-0. Behind him, and Lackey flagged it down, ball 4. Trying to come back with number 1. Back-to-back walks issued now by Blakely. That'll get Howell to the plate.
I'm wondering when they'll start warming up Mason Patel. It's the one arm and the one big arm that they have that has yet to throw in this series, and he's the high leverage guy. They're up right now 3. They took their time yesterday because they used a lot of their guys on Friday, but many guys are available today.
Off the plate, ball 1 to Howell.
6 consecutive pitches out of the zone.
Yeah. Howell fly ball in the first. 3 for 10 this weekend. There's a strike. Howell didn't like it. 1-1. And slowly but surely, they're starting to rustle in the pen in the right corner for the Jackets. And Howell got hit. And that'll force a run in.
You got to buy some serious time right now because there's no rush in that bullpen, and this is actually going south in a hurry for Georgia Tech. It's a painful RBI, but one that Tyler Howell will take.
There's a look at the bullpen. And the Jackets have Gaudette, a right-hander, going to work. He played here on Friday night.
Now they're going to have to take their time, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yep. Caden Gaudette threw 18 pitches, struck out 3 in an inning's work on Friday.
Game can turn on you in a hurry, and it all usually starts with the lack of command and walks. And we've seen the walk, we've seen the hit by pitch, we've also seen the contact as well, but not a lot of command right now.
And Cooper Nicholson to the plate
for Blakely on that mound. This might be the slowest walk James Ramsey has ever had.
Well, you guys are cut from good cloth to do it.
Oh, Mike Martin.
Because nobody in the history of baseball since Doubleday founded it goes to the mound slower than 11 used to.
I am really surprised that Caden Gaudette is already ready. I mean, it took him a short time to get loose.
Yeah, here comes Gaudette. Microwave warm-up for Gaudette. 2 Georgia Tech. We go to the bottom of the third. The Jackets have made their first pitching change of the day, but first, a little handiwork has been done by the folks here on our ACC Network crew. Let's line it up, friends. James Ramsey hit .339, had 34 career home runs and 202 RBIs.
That's why his number's retired.
The Juice on the left had .328, 15 homers, 118 RBIs. It's a good-looking picture, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a nice-looking baseball card picture for sure.
Yeah, James Ramsey, what a career, offensive career.
Oh my gosh! Here is the
Brew. You had James Ramsey.
Yep. Here is the
Buster Posey,
junior from Alpharetta, Georgia, and Milton High School, Caden Gaudet, who's got 5 pitches: a fastball, a sinker, a slider, a change that he doesn't throw very much, just started working on in the preseason, and a curveball. And he's 1-0 to Cooper Nichols.
And I think the problem right now so far for Georgia Tech this inning is you're falling behind every hitter. 1-0 again right here. Gaudet has to be able to get a tough out.
Two 2-0. Bases are loaded and a run in for Carolina. And there's a strike at 92.
That's a great pitch outside corner. 2-0, and a great take by Nicholson as well. He's looking for his 10th home run of the season.
The 2-1 fisted out to short. They'll flip to second. There's the force play, and that takes care of the threat by Carolina. So Caden Gaudet comes in, puts the fire out. Carolina a run in. Georgia Tech still leading by 2. Georgia Tech leading North Carolina. Tar Heels dominated the first 2 days of this series. 14-4 yesterday, and it has helped across the board here. Projected as a top seed, the number 6 national seed, but host for a second straight year into that landscape. You see the RPI and the strength of schedule. And of course 8 wins. That's been updated this weekend with the 2 wins over Georgia Tech. Scott Forbes got to feel pretty good about where they sit a month or so away. And Mateus right over the top with a fastball to Carson Curse. Georgia Tech's gone back to the top of the card here in the 4th. That's a little too much, 1-1. Mateus in relief of Boaz, who started the game. Swing and a miss there.
And that's what you get, a lot of swings and misses up in the zone, a lot of chases up in the zone against Mateus because of his release point.
Yeah.
way over the top.
A ball and 2 strikes.
Goes right there again. East Carolina had a right-handed pitcher by the name of Trey Savage, who also threw over the top like that, ended up in the big leagues last year, worked his way up in a hurry.
And there's a strikeout again. Wow. 1 away in the 4th. And the Jackets, this is the way their card looks. A couple games into the weekend. Now tied for the lead in the ACC, still projected as a 1 seed and the 2 seed. Now it'll be updated as things unfold, and we get a bunch of finals of weekend series coming through today. You see the RPI in the top 25. All sorts of things there for James Ramsey in year 1. That is the 4th strikeout today for Carolina pitching. And Burris with 1 out and nobody on. He's been on base twice, scored twice. Chased one there off the plate, 1-1.
It's just a different angle that most of the hitters are used to seeing. More
How come you don't see more of that now? They just changed pitching.
I think it comes down to arm slot and being on the comfort zone as well.
That ball against the shift. It's the second baseman handling Gallagher on the first 2 down. So 2 away. I mean, think about the guys you used to see 40 years ago. I mean, there was a bunch of over the top, right?
Yeah, Juan Marichal, you can go way back as well.
Yep.
High leg kick and used to clear the left side of the body, fall off towards the first base side.
Wilbur Wood was over the top, right?
Rob Dibble.
Rob Dibble was over the top. Yep.
Throwing 98. Had a conversation with Tim Salmon. Angels great, played in Grand Canyon University as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, talking about the velocity. I think there's more consistency when it comes to top velocity, but we used to always see velocity as well. And the thing is, velocity is measured differently now because of technology. It's measured out of the hand. And it used to be measured with the radar guns that were measured with from halfway to almost when the ball was getting to the hitter.
Yeah.
Hence the slow gun, fast gun, jugs gum.
Smoked on a 1-1 foul.
We don't hear that anymore.
Nope. Nope. The GPS orientation of a lot of this has created a lot of material for us.
It really has. And
1-2. Rolled over toward first and up the back. Paulson, nice play. 1-2-3 for the first time today by either school. 4-2 Carolina, bottom of the 4th next. 4-2 Georgia Tech leading North Carolina as we play on here in the bottom of the fourth. Great to spend the weekend with Eduardo Perez here on ACC Network. Thanks to Matt Krause and everybody in our ACC Network broadcast here today. Matt's done a terrific job tolerating Perez and me.
Yeah, really happy that our director, also Evan came by.
Vader's done a great job. Yeah,
showed us
great guy.
Showed us New York talent. All in.
Yeah, yeah. Great crew here. Appreciate everybody helping us. Of course, the legendary Fred Kiger's here. He's asked Perez a trivia question you've yet to answer. By the way,
I have yet to answer the trivia question
that you were asked before the game started.
I think I remember what the trivia question was.
There, we'll get to it. Here's Heineck standing in for the Tar Heels. Colin catching today. He'll take a strike. I want to get this right before I tell this story here, because Colin came up to me yesterday when we were down visiting with Carolina and discovering the value of their that's fouled at the left field line. Colin came up right there, and I was just watching the hitting system with the traject. Thank you. And he came up and he said, "Mr. Durham," which shocks me. "I'm from Cedartown, the Rockmart area. I've been listening to you for years." I thought, well, that's very nice of you. Colin's a huge Atlanta Falcons fan. Transferred from Georgia State here to Chapel Hill. And he immediately went right to it. Draft's next Thursday. You like where we're going? I mean, he was in. Colin wanted a OTA breakdown of his football team. So I gave him some state secrets, and on he went. We enjoyed the visit. He was a nice young man and excited to be here in Chapel Hill. A year ago at Georgia State, he hit, in his career with the Panthers, he hit 33 home runs and had 91 RBIs across 3 years. But he came to Carolina because they can compete for a national championship. And the way they played these first two games, Eduardo, I'm with him. That ball toward the gap in left. Burris will path it and make a diving catch. We'll see. Yes, they're going to call Heineck out. Finally. Second base umpire Kevin Sweeney got about, I don't know, halfway to 2/3 into the outfield before he made sure Burris had it.
Yeah, because from the naked eye, it seemed like he had it, and you're wondering, what did he pick up? And it was the sunglasses that he picked up when they popped out of the hat. Great play, way to cover that ground, stayed down low the entire time. Good job.
One out. First pitch swinging by Carter French. This going to be a tough play at first, and Kirsch just going to end up taking a bite out of it.
Okay, so you mentioned traject, and for the fans that are wondering, what is traject? Traject is a machine that 27 out of the 30 major league teams have, and the Tar Heels were the first one to have traject. And what it does, it mimics the pitcher that you're about to face in that game day and the bullpen guys. So the advantage that North Carolina has at home when they're able to face a starting pitcher is unreal. And when they're able to see relievers, so it's like seeing a pitcher for the third, maybe fifth, maybe 10th time when you first see him in a game. So it was no coincidence. And it hasn't been a coincidence that North Carolina has been able to score 3 runs on Friday, 3 runs on Saturday, and 1 run today in the first inning. They make their starting pitchers, opposing starting pitchers, struggle. And I believe it's because of the traject machine. Now, since Carolina's got him, so has Wake Forest. And I think it's a trend that a lot of universities will have, but it is a definite competitive advantage that Carolina has right now, and what a benefit to their players.
Yeah. And Scott Forbes was in conversation with us about it and some of his staff, talking about how important it was to have folks who support their program for them to be able to do it promptly.
100%, because this is not inexpensive at all, and not a lot of programs can afford it. Now I'll say this, big time programs, they have their donors, right? They have their fan base, and they've had the success as North Carolina's had that they have people that support the program and said, if this is going to make a difference, and oh boy, has it made a difference.
Sure has.
We're there for you.
1-2 it is here to Schaffner. Been on base and scored twice. And out he goes. I think for Schaffner, just his second strikeout of the weekend. That's 4 now for Georgia Tech pitching. 2 away here in the 4th.
I can't believe I'm listening to Elvis Crespo as Gallagher is coming up to the plate.
You said this yesterday.
I did. I'm saying it again.
Yeah, you're still caught off guard.
I can't help but move a little bit to the side.
I was surprised you didn't track down Gavin and ask him. There's a ball to right. Had some juice on it, but right at Hernandez. So we go to the 5th here in Chapel Hill. Georgia Tech 4, Carolina 2, and the head coach of the Heels is with us next. Georgia Tech 4, North Carolina 2. We go to the top of the 5th. The Tar Heel head coach is Scott Forbes, good enough to spend some time with us here. And I don't know what you had an expectation of after the offensive brigade yesterday, but Jackets got to run early. Your team matched. This has kind of been station to station, it feels like, on a Sunday.
Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously their offense is their offense. It was big right there for Matty to come in and keep them down. I thought us answering with 1 run, even though we didn't get that 2-out knot with the bases loaded. I mean, we're right here. We're in striking distance. The wind's howling out. There's no telling how this game's going to finish. We just have to keep playing, that's for sure.
Coach Owen Hall has been really impressive this series, this entire season. What can you tell us a little bit more about him that we as fans do not know?
You know what? He's unbelievably talented. And he's really learned to be coachable. He's bought in to what Coach Wiersbicki's worked on him with. He made a swing change, and that's helped him tremendously at this level, coming from George Mason. But man, he's a freak athlete, and you probably don't know this. He's also a black belt.
See, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. So you find out something new about guys, and an Eagle Scout.
Man.
Yeah, I know. Impressive combo.
Well, we're going to bow and stay away from him, all in the same motion.
yeah. Right now, let's try to get this guy out.
Yeah.
Tonight, he's good.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
You bet. Lackey skies it. Third base side. Nicholson. And, in from left field. Comes Howe to make the grab. How about that?
That's late communication right there, and it's really good communication as well. This ball is up there for a while. You have to deal with the wind as well. And then not only that, Nicholson going after it, Schaffner going after it. As soon as he hears Howe, he gets out of the way. And look, Ma, look what I just found.
Yep.
But you see him calling for it, and I think communication is the most important thing when it comes to pop-ups.
1 out for Hernandez now. Mateus over the top. Strike 1. Blocked up the Eagle Scout. Owen Hall.
I know that. Woo.
Don't have that combo run at you much, do you? There's a ball on 0-1. Grounded through at second. So Hernandez is aboard for the first time today. 1 out single in the 5th.
No, that has to feel good, especially after him trying to bunt with runners at first and second and no out, and not being able to get it down.
Yeah. Schmidt hit 1 out here yesterday. And he had a RBI double in the third. He's got 3 hits and 6 at-bats this weekend. Backed up, and it was a strike, 0-1. Side. Look at that. I mean, picture perfect, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. And then he points at the dugout with a big smile. Take him. Take him. If it's there for you, keep the line moving. I understand he went deep yesterday. I understand he hit a double already today and drove one in. But with 1 out, all in on it, especially when you have such a deep lineup.
Right.
As Georgia Tech has, and now it's Zuckerman who is overdue as far as they're concerned.
5th time this weekend Georgia Tech's beaten the shift. Back to a normal set defensively as Carolina's infield. And Jeff Francis is giving the high strike today. Like writing the letters. Plate's got a little width to it, it looks like, with his ball and strike call. 0-1. Foul back.
And the thing is with Zuckerman, because of where he holds his hands, it's very difficult for him to be able to catch up to anything middle up with velo. This isn't really good, a really good matchup for him because Matthews comes over the top. He lives in the top part of the zone. Anything down, he's going to rake.
Swing and a miss.
Anything up, he won't.
And down goes Zuckerman. Second time he struck out today, 2 away. Here's Parker Brocious. He's been on base twice with walks.
James Ramsey wants to have a conversation with him, and as a matter of fact, he's going into the dugout here.
Are they going to go get Caleb Daniel here? That's my question. Would you do that? He's a guy who's been hot with the bat, 3 for 6.
I don't think they are.
No.
I think it would be a little too, well, maybe they are here. Coming in right now.
So Daniel standing in the huddle. That's him, number 6. Boy, Jackets have picked it up with runners in scoring position. So Daniel is going to bat for Brocious here in the 5th.
Coming in with an opportunity with 2 runners on. First and second. James Ramsey seeing if he can add to the lead.
Caleb Daniels, sophomore from Cartersville, Georgia. Two on and 2 out for Daniel. And looks at the ball. 1-0. 3 for 6, has scored a run, struck out once and walked once in the first 2 ball games against Carolina. Has Daniel. Pulled foul. Daniel was a high school catcher, but he's an outfielder for the Jackets. He was a member of the ACC all-freshman team a year ago. He did play infield and outfield in high school as well, but most notably a catcher. Popped up along the third base line. Howell got to really hustle here. Won't get there. Daniel's got his 4th hit of the weekend, and Georgia Tech's got another run. First RBI of the weekend for Daniel on his 4th hit.
How about James Ramsey and understanding his roster and understanding the moment to be able to go and get him. Gets that jam shot base hit. It's not always about exit velocity. It's about being able to get those hands in and hit them where they ain't.
So the Jackets have put a run on the board, the first, the third, and now the fifth. Schmidt is at third. Daniel is at second. And a strike it is to Baker with 2 outs. And an RBI as well for the sophomore. Who advanced to second on the throw. Oh, they're going to give Daniel a double. They do give him a double.
I'm telling you, I'm a little confused here.
0-2. And struck him out. But the run is in. The RBI from Daniel. It is a 3-hit fifth for Georgia Tech, and the lead has moved back to 3 runs. James Ramsey, the coach of the Jackets, with us next. To Georgia Tech, we go to the bottom of the fifth. James Ramsey's the head coach of Georgia Tech. Boy, did we run the graphic of you and Ramsey's career numbers to an inning too early.
Yeah,
this would have been the more appropriate time, Eddie, to run it. Okay, tell me on the hunch with Caleb Daniel a moment ago, because it certainly paid for you.
Yeah, I think, the reverse splits are really there for Matthias. He's done a great job in his career there, but, he started throwing a lot of those splits to the righties, so now all of a sudden it becomes a neutral game. Caleb had seen him earlier yesterday, and so you give a guy a shot, that's seen a guy once before.
Yeah, that's a great call on that one. And talk to us about our guy on the mound, because he got loose in a hurry.
Yeah, those older guys, sometimes they take a little more to get ready, but it's really the veteran of him, man. It's like you put him in that position. He wanted the ball, so he's anticipating being ready. We call him Rock, man. He came in, he's earned everything he's got. We told him, man, just that stream runs over. You just got to be a rock. Let things come as they will.
You know what? You walked way too fast out there.
Yeah, I was trying to channel my inner Mike Martin there on the slow, but we can't, milk visits like we used to. Attaboy, Rock! See? Like we said, poised as can be, man.
James, next time you go out there, you got to slow it down a little bit.
I mean, I would have loved to see him in a pitch clock era of the big guys and the, just to slow the thing down, man. But God rest his soul, man. We miss him every day.
You
100%.
bet. You bet. Thanks, James.
Thanks, guys. Go Jackets.
Did you just go 11 on us?
Oh, I do 11. I have a pocket 11. Let me tell you now.
You got to finish it up with a partner.
He always used to say when I left Georgia Tech and went to television and started doing more baseball games on TV, he'd say, "Come here and sit with me. Let's talk about some of these golf courses you're going to get me on." I said, "Coach, you've already played all the big golf courses." "I don't know." Man, was he was unbelievable. And players, I mean, you two guys on the list, but I mean players. For years, fly ball into center off the bat of Winslow. Burris, 5 strides to his left, has it for out number 2.
And I think part of his greatness was actually him trusting his coaching staff.
No question.
He had Rod Delmonico, who ended up going to Tennessee and building that program.
Yep.
He ended up with Chip Baker. You have Coach McLeod, and then Jamie Shoup, who's now done a great job at Florida, at FAMU.
Mike Bell was there for a while.
Mike Bell.
Yep.
You just continue, and then even Mike Martin Jr. Just continue to have people that believed in the program, and he believed them to be able to lead.
Yep. It's amazing when you get guys like, in your case with you and Ramsey, who both played there at different times.
Still the same stories.
The similarities in the stories are amazing. But that's what you did when you stayed that long.
Mike Martin, I told you this off camera yesterday, used to always yell from the dugout, yes, 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 yes. That meant the third baseman's back, and it was highly suggested that you bunted for a base hit. He would call it foul ball base hit. And when you heard yes, 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 that was a trigger to bunt. So fast forward, I'm with the St. Louis Cardinals, and I'm on deck, and J.D. Drew is hitting. And J.D. is up at the plate, and I see the third baseman back, and I yell, yes, 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 yes. And he asked for time, and he's like, are you kidding me?
There's a walk to Paulson.
And I'm like, so also he did it to you. And he started laughing, and we had a really good time with that.
That is awesome. That is so good. Here's Tyler Howe.
By the way, those numbers in college for me were different because I was not a home run hitter. I was bunt them through, and
you weren't
steal bases and bunt.
Are you saying those numbers are not accurate?
Oh, they're accurate.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't a slugger. But
I got you. Okay, just checking.
Oh, they're very accurate.
They're very accurate. So are Ramsey's numbers, apparently.
They were gaudy and accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason why his numbers retired out there.
Well, you mentioned J.D. Drew, who was as good a baseball player as I've seen at the collegiate level.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, really good. And there have been a lot of terrific players in this conference, especially. But my goodness, he was as good as advertised. 2-0. And the younger brother wasn't bad either. 2-0, and now all of a sudden, Paul Walkoff is coming out with Matt Taylor and with James Ramsey, and this might have to do with Gaudette. And the home plate umpire, Jeff Francis, is out there. I think they're going to allow Gaudette to throw one here to Lackey to see if he's okay. So, at least for the time being, they're going to keep Gaudette in the game. Caden is the rock, as Ramsey told us a moment ago.
He wants the ball. And wants that rock.
He's also a triplet. He has a brother, Brendan, who goes to school at Georgia. His sister, Haley, plays tennis at Georgia. His mom, Shannon, was 7-time All-American at Georgia, 4-time All-SEC in tennis, and played on the WTA tour.
There's always one that gets away.
Caden has turned tail on the family and come to Atlanta. Rolled over toward first. Schmidt will grab it and step on the bag, and that'll take care of Carolina. Howe bounces 3 unassisted. Walk goes by the board. Jackets still leading 5-2 after 5. go to the 6th inning. And don't forget, we got ACC softball coming up for you next Saturday, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We'll start in Blacksburg with North Carolina at number 10, Virginia Tech, and then to Atlanta. 12th ranked Florida State and Georgia Tech. Softball doubleheader follows baseball, which starts at noon on ACC Network and the ESPN app next Saturday. Carolina goes to the pen. Here is the 6'3", 205-pound freshman from Woodstock, Georgia. This is Jackson Rose into the lineup for his 12th appearance of the year.
27 1/3 innings of work. Look at the walks. 13 walks and 26 strikeouts. And that's being big. That's being a lefty. Not understanding yet the release point, but it is coming, and it is coming quick for the Carolina lefty. Great experience right here, right now.
Yep. So Rose will step in. Carson Kearse leads off. First pitch fouled away. You see Kearse 0 for 2 today, which makes him 1 for 9 this weekend in Chapel Hill. That ball is laced right at Gallagher for out number 1.
And Kels was all over that, but so was the defense. Gallagher right on point. Fastball, easy come, easy go. 1 out. Put that one finger up.
So 1 down, and Burris, who's been on base twice, scored twice. That ball towards center field. It'll bounce in front of Hull. Second hit of the day for Burris.
Did not waste any time either. That was another ball that was scolded.
Advincula comes in. He's got 2 singles and has scored once today and has an RBI to boot.
Last single, Advincula did not waste any time either. First pitch.
Away from him. Advincula.
Remember what I said yesterday for those that weren't listening. Left-handed pitchers, when they go over the first, you always check that left foot. That toe comes up. If you see cleat like you're seeing right now, when he kicks his leg up, he goes to first. If not, he'll dig it in and he'll go home.
Big cut there. Totally got fooled. 1-1. So the left-hander Rose back to work.
By the way, big feet too.
Talking about Rose?
Yeah. Take a 15 at least.
Yeah. Covers a lot of the slab, doesn't he?
My goodness, talk about towing the rubber.
Well, he is ripping it too.
Good count to go on right here for Burris.
Popped him up. Fouled out. 3-2 now. Advincula, who was 4th nationally in hits among second basemen at the end of the regular season for Cal a year ago. Trying to see if Georgia Tech can add another run here in the 6th. Have a snap throw, huh? Full count. Struck him out.
Great pitch.
Yep.
That's trusting your stuff, and that's a growth movement right there by being able to throw that off-speed pitch after going fastballs on him. Throw him in, and then all of a sudden just pull the string on it. This angle shows you how much out in front he was from it.
So now Lackey, who incredibly is still looking for his first hit of the weekend. Got a piece of it, but it's a strike, 0-1.
Throws him a fastball in the zone. This could be the loudest hit you're going to hear all week. It'd stay off speed with him down and in.
We have breaking news, by the way. They have reset the first inning error to a hit.
It's the right call.
No question.
It should have been a hit and error right out of the get-go.
You and the voting public all thought that. So it's a single for Lackey, so he does have a hit. That just missed. Fly ball, long run. French coming in, going out. Nice play, Gallagher. Georgia Tech sees a single by Burris go by the boards. Still a 5-2 lead for the Jackets. Today's Good Hands play is brought to you by Allstate. Colin Hynek gave one a ride. Looked like it might make the gap in left center, and then Drew Burris. Good Hands play.
Would have given it a 10 if the shades would not have come off the lid, but they did. Excellent play by Burris.
Yep. And now the Jackets finally do get to their closer. Eduardo, here is the aforementioned Mason Patel, the senior from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, they wanted to get him in, and I'm telling you, this is an arm slot, a little bit from the side, 3/4, really good changeup, and you look at the numbers, 18 innings, 14 strikeouts, has given up 12 to 20 hits so far. His ERA a little bit higher than expected, but the one thing that the Carolina team has done is taken their reps against Patel with their machine, and that's the traject machine that I was talking about earlier. So let's see how they react now in real life against Patel.
So here is Patel. He gets Nicholson to start here in the 6th. And the first pitch in for a strike. Patel is 90-92 fastball, cutter, plus change, a little bit of a slider, does not use a curve, but has it. 0-1, fouled away, 0-2. And you say slot's the secret here, huh?
It is, and it's the action that he has that runs into the right-handed hitters to induce that soft contact, and the infielders are going to get a lot of work, especially on the left side of the infield with the right-handed hitters.
And that was chopped on to third. Zuckerman rolls on to first.
Ball hit skirt. Come on in and get it.
One away. Colin Heineck will be next. So Heineck 0 for 2. And Patel with 1 out. Ball 1 throw. Patel, second team All ACC a year ago, finalist for Stopper of the Year. One ball, 1 strike. Transferred over from Georgia State. Went to the Webb School in Knoxville. One ball, 2 strikes to Heineck. Fly ball to right. And Hernandez has that for out number 2. So 2 down. A couple former Georgia State guys squaring up. Here's Carter French. A year ago, Patel was 11-2 with a 3.34 ERA and 23 appearances and 5 saves. He had 64 Ks in 70 innings.
Almost on par with what he is doing now as well.
I mean,
A little bit less Ks and innings pitched.
But to me, the length he gives you, he can come in and close, if you will.
Yeah.
Like he did in that unbelievable game against Florida State to start the series. I don't know if you saw the end of that. That was nuts. But he's also got length to his game.
Right.
And in this particular time of year in college baseball, that is a huge asset.
It's important.
Yeah. 2 down and 1-1 it is to French. And back over the mound and handled. And the throw on to first in time. Handled well by Curse. Carolina's retired in order. We go to the 7th inning next. To Georgia Tech. We move to the 7th here in Chapel Hill at the Bosch. Eduardo Perez, West Durham, great to have you with us. And Jackson Rose, look at what he did midweek against the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington. 5 innings, 4 hits, 8 Ks and 82 pitches for Rose. That is a shot into center field. One swing for Hernandez right at Hall for out number 1.
Now, those are the ones that you get upset, but you're also happy that you're able to barrel. It's the catch-22. At the end of the day, you're still 0 for 1, and Mr. Rhodes on the mound will take it.
If you're Bryant Gaines, the pitching coach for the Tar Heels, and even Jason Howell, who's involved in their pitching performance aspect as well, you're always hunting, and follow me on this, you're always hunting a 4th guy who can give you a performance like that in the month of April or early May. That can be a guy that in a regional, in a ACC tournament, take your pick, where you go through your first 3 guys, who we can give the 4th ball to, if you will.
Oh, it's so necessary.
Right, and it's going to become relevant 3rd week in May, 4th week in May on to June. And oh, by the way, it's really relevant when you get to Omaha. Really relevant.
I think it's the most that it's relevant is in the regionals. In the regionals,
the first regional.
Yeah, the first regional before you get that super regional. It's where you really do need that depth.
Yep.
Where you could have all those games bunched in together, and you need to be able to put it together.
Yeah. No,
because if you're a high-ranked team and you're in the winning bracket in Omaha, you can get by with 3.
Yep.
If you're in the losing bracket, that's a different story.
Yeah, you're fighting for your life.
Yeah.
There's called strike 3 on Schmidt.
Oh, he's feeling it right now.
Yeah, Rose is up there pounding away, and there's another strikeout, his 2nd.
Top of the zone. We're seeing that call be called the entire game.
Yep. And here is Zuckerman, who is 0 for 3 today. 3 for 11 on the weekend. That's a first pitch foul ball on the first base side. It's drifting back into foul territory. And what a catch that is.
What a play, what a focus by Gallagher.
No kidding. And the Jackets are retired in order. This is Gavin Gallagher. Watch this, middle guy from the left.
Oh my.
A new edition of All Access, the ACC Live premieres on Tuesday night, featuring Sydney Smith, the anchor on Duke's women's lacrosse defense. Also going to get Tate Davis, Louisville's baseball power hitting first baseman, and Gwen Sparks, one of Pitt softball's top pitchers. Unprecedented access is a part of All Access, the ACC Life. New edition premieres on Tuesday night right here on ACC Network and streaming live on the ESPN app. Mason Patel's 2nd inning of service. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Schaffner, top of the card for Carolina here in the 7th. 5-2 Georgia Tech trying to salvage a game after Carolina won 5-2 Friday night and 14-4 yesterday. And there's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Shafter. There's a call, strike 3 on Shafter.
And for the 4th consecutive inning, Georgia Tech has been able to get the leadoff hitter out for North Carolina, and that's a huge difference. Something they struggled to do yesterday and the day before yesterday. Pitch down in the zone is called a strike. Great job behind the plate with Lackey being able to get it back in the zone or make it appear like it was in the zone.
5 strikeouts for Georgia Tech pitching. First for Patel. 3rd pitcher of the day for Georgia Tech after Blakely started. Gaudette relieved, and now here's Patel. And you're looking at Gavin Gallagher, who just made an amazing play on what was a foul ball into no man's land. There's a 0-1, softly hit to short. Nice throw across the body by Curse for out 2.
Curse is impressed. Defensively, he has been solid. Again, contact, ball hits dirt. What do? You go in and you charge. He does, gets it on that short hop. If he stays back, Gallagher stays easily at first base. It's the only play he had, and he made it look easy.
Owen Hull made a right turn at first in the 5th. That hadn't happened much this weekend.
How about this? First time he's up with no one on in this series.
Yep. Away 1-0. Patel about split the right-hand batter's box with that first pitch. Georgia Tech's clearly not wanting to give Hull anything to handle. Off the plate, 2-0. Hit Lackey's mid, which was set up on the outside. Yeah. 2-0. Pull foul, 2-1. Pitt leads Virginia Tech 4-2. They're in the 7th at Blacksburg. Wake and NC State, that's a 4-2 Wake lead, 8th inning in Winston-Salem at David F. Couch Ballpark. Notre Dame 4, Florida State 2, Tallahassee. Those are the other games involving ACC teams in action at this hour. Two-1. Low. 3-1. Shift is on here for Hull. And a walk is issued. So Owen Hull gets a pass with 2 out here in the 7th.
Hull getting on. The winds have really picked up now consistently now towards left field. Say that knowing who's coming up to the plate. Already 2 home runs in this series. Mr. Winslow has been able to show his power.
So here's Winslow, and a throw back over to keep Hull honest. Carolina and Georgia Tech playing for the 162nd time in baseball. Tar Heels have won 6 straight. This is their 70th meeting in Chapel Hill. Been fairly competitive there. It's 37-32. One-0 with a runner on and 2 out. And Winslow saw the seams up close. 2-0.
I don't care who you are or what kind of hitter you are. You see 2 up and in, heartbeat starts beating a little quicker, and you have to take your time to get back into that box.
2-0, roll over to short. Long throw to first by Kerr. Strong throw. Winslow's done, and so's Carolina. No runs, no hits, 1 left. 5-2. We go to the 8th. Georgia Tech.
I cannot help my fixation.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
I'm probably saying the obvious here, but on June 12th, when the College World Series begins in Omaha, there is no better place for a singular event. Here's a roller up the third base side that ultimately goes foul off the bat of Daniel. So Caleb will go back. Here's a projected look at the field of 64, and you see the ACC with 4 number 1s: Jackets, Heels, Noles, and Cavaliers. BC, Miami, Wake at 2, and NC State at 3. We'll see how that updates itself this week. And hope you can get as many as you can to the final 8, right? Because that is some kind of event, man.
Greatest show on dirt.
One of the great American events, in the perfect place to do it. The folks there do an unbelievable job with the College World Series in Omaha. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caleb Daniel. Inserted into the lineup back in the 5th inning and promptly delivered an RBI double. Swinging, looping it towards center. Hull, I think, lost it briefly, got it back as it came out of the shadows of the stadium for out number 1. So 1 away, and here's Baker now. 0 for 3 today, and 0 for 8 this weekend. In the 9-hole for James Ramsey.
Oh, wow. Great.
Just took it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look at this.
What are we doing?
Huh? This is so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, Josh Schulman coaching at first. Send that one to Sports Center. Let Van Pelt and Stanford Steve see that one tonight. Make sure you send it in slow-mo too, so they can see it in real time and the slow-mo. 1-1.
Nice pitch. I think Stanford Steve would be able to hang in there.
Oh my God, it'd be so good. There's Josh. Oh, way to go, my man. 1-2. 2-2. Rose and Patel are just lining up and going, aren't they?
They are, and Rose wanted that pitch as well. See how he bounces back now here on a 2-2.
That ball is fired towards second. Gallagher backhand. What a play. What a play.
That's elite.
Yep.
All in one action. Showing the range to his right. Not panicking whatsoever. The transfer done beautifully. And the stretch by Paulson at first.
Yeah, put a blue star on Gavin Gallagher. That's something. 2 down and Carson Curse here in the top of the 8th.
How about the innings so far that Rose has been able to give Carolina, giving his offense a chance to be able to come back, keeping this a 3-run deficit.
Exactly right. That's off the plate. (5-2) Georgia Tech in the 8th. Jackets trying to salvage something here in Chapel Hill today.
Now he's got to bounce back here. You get 2 quick outs. Cannot lose right now with 2 outs. Cannot lose into a walk on 4 consecutive pitches. And he does.
2-out walk to Curse. He's on base for a second time today.
Drew Burrows has swung the bat really well and has seen Rose really well. I'd be surprised if he sees a fastball right down the middle. He has not missed at all. I'd be surprised if he even faces Rose here.
Yeah, there is Heineck on the walk out. There is activity down in the Carolina bullpen. Scott Forbes walking around. And Cameron Seagraves is working. Potentially ready to come in and be a part of the afternoon here. Former state player of the year in baseball in North Carolina. He's from Ellerby. And Heineck is back from his visit, and here comes the change. Process complete. Forbes is out. Tar Heel's going to go to another pitcher here. 4th of the day. I think will be Seagraves. Rose pretty solid though today, Eduardo.
Very solid. Was able to keep his defense alert, keep him in action, and most importantly, till that last walk, not being able to give some free passes. That's what's hurt both teams here, are the free passes. The last 2 days it was Georgia Tech, and today early on it was Carolina.
So Seagraves is coming in, 4th pitcher of the day for the Tar Heels. We'll tell you about his season next. ACC Network Baseball on a Sunday. We're here in Chapel Hill. Have a quick check of our scoreboard. Notre Dame 4, Florida State 3, bottom of the 7th. And Dick Hauser 4-4 now. The Pack and the Deacons. NC State trying to scratch out a win. And Pitt leading Virginia Tech and Blacksburg 4-2. Still to come, Miami Stanford and Louisville Cal starting well, here not too far off, top of the hour out on the West Coast. Here is the 11th appearance of the year, the 29th in the career of sophomore Cameron Seagraves for North Carolina. You see 2-0 with a 5 3/4 ERA, just 11 innings, but 15 strikeouts and 10 walks to his credit.
Yeah, try to get the work in, right? 11 innings, 10 walks. Well, we saw Rose make the adjustment after a very good outing on Tuesday, coming back here and giving them at least 2 2/3 of work. Hoping Seagraves can shut him down here.
After the walk to Curse, here's Burris to face Seagraves. Georgia Tech has not stolen a base this weekend. Curse down at first. Jackets are not a base stealing team by their personality this year, and as I think you said yesterday, you don't have to be when you're as gifted offensively as they are. So let's call it the element of surprise. Meanwhile, Burris just missed a double and maybe more.
Yeah, he's been locked in the last few at-bats. It's hard also to steal when you were playing from behind the way that the Yellow Jackets were. Now that they're up 3, trying to get what Joe Madden, the former Angels and Tampa Bay Ray manager, would say, jug runs, including the Cubs manager, I also must add.
Yeah, I better say, didn't he win a World Series?
No, he did.
Here's the difference between Burris and Lackey today compared to games 1 and 2. 0 for 9 on Friday and 1 for 7 yesterday. Fastball away from Seagraves, touched 94 there.
No, the arm is real. Big moment also to be able to face Burris.
That's high.
This is where the walks come into play. For the amount of innings that he's thrown, 10 walks and 11 innings.
Yep. Curse at first. 3-1 it is to Burris. Two down in the 8th. Fired right back this way.
I'm so confident now with that netting right in front of us. I had that the entire way.
Can I tell you, our man Fred Conger, our statistician, back in the old days, he used to play the ACC baseball tournament in Greensboro. We sat on a porch of a suite to do the games. You had to take a helmet and a glove. You did. Burris strikes out. Seagraves comes in, gets the job done.
It's a great job by Seagraves. Coming in against Burris to get one big out, and he did. Middle of the 8th, Carolina trying to get 3.
We welcome you back to Chapel Hill, ACC Network Baseball, and here's a look at our game summary of this third and final game of the weekend. Carolina won the first two 5-2 and 14-4, and look what's happened. Georgia Tech's got a 5-2 lead. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Burris and Lackey today 3 for 8 with 3 runs, and Georgia Tech's got 4 hits with runners in scoring position. The difference today is also that top 4 for Carolina is just 3 for 14. The first 2 games, they were 11 of 28. Here's Mason Patel, Paulson, Howe, and Nicholson. 5, 6, 7 for Carolina, and into the shift and handled easily by Vincula for out number 1.
Well, speaking of dynamic, it's been that man on the mound that has been dynamic. And he's been dynamic because he's been able to keep the ball down. He's been able to induce the ground balls. The fly balls have been weak fly balls to the opposite field. Patel has owned the strike zone so far since he's been on it.
Yep. 1 out. Howe takes ball 1. I noticed about Mason Patel in watching some of the games Georgia Tech's played this year. He's got the John Wetland hat collection going. Not swapping out the hat for anybody.
There's another ground ball.
Yep. And Vincula again. 2 away. That'll get Cooper Nicholson to the plate with 2 down. I even like when Wetland pitched for the Yankees and they go to the postseason where they put the World Series logo and all that, and he'd give them the old hat and say, "Logo this." We're not. I'm not breaking in a new hat.
The feel, even the smell.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing I don't miss.
2 down. And Nicholson a swing and a miss.
They collect the hats after the games and they put them in the hat boxes. And they put them in all sweaty, and then you inherit the stench of everybody else's hat. A few things I never understood in the game.
0-1, Nicholson drives that. It'll 2-hop to the wall, and Carolina's going to have their first base runner at second since the 3rd inning. Nicholson a 2-out double here in the 8th.
Gets that OPS over 1,000 again. It came in hitting .998. Pitch down and in, and we saw the power yesterday. 9 home runs on the season. Leading the team, this one stays in the ballpark and threatens now runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Here's Heineck 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. And let's see if Scott Forbes turns the wheels a little bit with 2 down. That fouled away on the first pitch by Heineck. A couple of former Georgia State teammates here. One to right and right at Hernandez. That'll take care of the Tar Heels in the 8th. No runs, a hit that was left. 5-2 Jackets when we go to the 9th. 2, Georgia Tech, North Carolina. We go to the 9th. Jackets have 3, 4, and 5 scheduled against Cameron Seagraves. And if you're looking ahead to Carolina's 9th inning, it is 9, 1, and 2. I'm going to guess against Mason Patel, although there are folks in the Georgia Tech bullpen resting. Here's Seagraves to work to Jared and Vincula, who is 2 for 4 today and has scored a run and driven in 1. That ball is whistled right at the first baseman, Paulson.
Nice job by Paulson right there, keeping that ball down, keeping the glove down.
Yeah.
Ball that's scolded like that, you see a lot of sure-handed first basemen actually clear the way. Stays with it, hustles over to first base, the only play he had.
Yep. Well done by the big man. Here's Lackey, 1 for 3. Put the bat out there and then drew it back.
No, he's trying to track it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not feeling too comfortable at the plate. Second time he's shown bunt already in this game with no intentions of bunting.
0-1. Slap down the line and foul by about a foot, maybe 2.
That's how quick that top hand is of his. But he finds himself with a long strike, 0-2 again.
Eduardo, you mentioned the hands and the top hand, but there's not a lot of motion here on the side swing either. I mean, it's a one fluid move.
I think eventually when he does enter the next phase of his baseball career, I think he'll have to go to just a thicker handle because he's got a quick hands, especially the top hand. And let me explain why, because thin handle will create more whip in your hands. The hands are quick, but at least it won't make that wrist break free too quickly, and it'll keep those balls that he's hitting foul fair.
1-2. That's in the dirt. Count is even. There is so much potential in Von Lackey at the next level, right?
It's unbelievable, and it's the intangibles as well. It's the leadership, the conversations you have with him, and being a guy behind the plate.
Got him to strike out, chased one down. 2 away.
And there is a reason, and forget about this series. He wants to flush this one. It's about getting the W, and having a conversation with him before the game. He's like, all I care about is winning. If I can get shutout games from my pitchers, and he hasn't been able to do so, that's what makes him, that's what disappoints him. And I love that, because that's the leadership part of it. Yes, is he going to hit? Absolutely. But it's what the pitcher on the bump is doing that matters the most.
Yeah. Got a homestand in Atlanta next weekend. Georgia Tech's back at the McNeese Ballpark for 3 games with Wake Forest starting next Friday night. We'll have Saturday at high noon on ACC Network. In for a strike. Carolina is Thursday, Friday, Saturday at historic Jack Coombs Field in Durham. Before coming back to play 3 here at the Bosch against Pitt. And then going to Raleigh to close the regular season with 3 against NC State. Those are fun games. State Carolina is fun. Highly entertaining. 1-2 to Hernandez. Low, 2-2. Georgia Tech, you mentioned this yesterday. 3 with Wake, then they host Duke, and then 3 at Boston College. It could be really big. Not just for the Jackets, for the Eagles as well. 2-2. 3-2. Going to be full here to Hernandez. especially as it relates to, remember now, those top 4 teams get advanced buys into the way the bracket unfolds in Charlotte. Single elimination baseball coming up at the ACC tournament. 3-2. Foul to win. Tuesday morning, May 19th, 9 a.m. First game. 9-1-5-9. Easy to remember those first couple of days.
Telling you.
Scheduled to appear at 9-1-5-9, I should say. Hope you're not getting the late shift. On the ground to second. Scooped by Gallagher, who's been terrific today. 3 up, 3 down. Carolina needs 3 to tie, 4 to win when we come back to Chapel Hill. Georgia Tech the lead. Jackets trying to salvage a game of the 3-game set here in Chapel Hill. And it's 9-1-2 for Carolina here in the 9th against Mason Patel. And Scott Forbes' team. The 3 scheduled are a combined 4 for 11 today. French is 2 for 3, a pair of singles. And a ground ball to short. He'll start the 9th against Patel. Hammered towards center. It'll bounce in front of Burris, and there's a leadoff on French's 3rd hit of the day.
Nice approach. They know Patel's throwing strikes, so might as well not wait for a strike. And he gets one right back up the middle for a base hit to get it started for Carolina. This is bonus baseball for Carolina this weekend. They haven't had to play a bottom of the 9th. They've had a lead and won the last 2 games.
Schaffner stands in. Tar Heels have won 5 straight, 8 of their last 9. That's low, ball 1. Inside. Across the shoe tops. First leadoff hit for Carolina since inning number 3. That's the last time they had a guy at second until an inning ago as well. On the double by Nicholson.
All Carolina's trying to do is get Owen Hall up at least with the time to represent the tying run.
True.
In the hole right now.
Schaffner. 1-1. There's into the gap. French will stop at second. 2 on, nobody out, and here comes Gallagher against Patel.
Well, the 2 lefty hitters have done what they've had to do, and that's hit hard contact Back up the middle, thinking middle. One towards the right field, the other one towards left. Now Gallagher's job is to be able to not hit into two and stay on.
Crowd here at the Bosch starts to rumble as James Ramsey walks out. The Georgia Tech head coach to visit with Patel in his infield. Nobody working in the Georgia Tech pen. Mason Patel's thrown 35 pitches since coming on in the 6th inning.
Yeah, it's the second time around the order.
And he only had allowed 1 hit prior to this inning, and that was the 2-out double to Nicholson in the 8th.
It's a game of adjustments. The hitters have made the adjustment. Now it's up to Patel to make his adjustment as well on the approach.
So they deploy the base runners back from the meeting with Forbes to Carolina. Schaffner at first, French at second. And the Georgia Tech infield, Schmidt is off the bag at first. And the middle of the infield playing almost on the grass. So pitches a ball away now to Gallagher. This is a guy who is incredibly dangerous, in my opinion, in this spot. Got a lot of veteran experience. 1-0. 2-0. Well, you don't want to walk it full for Hall, do you?
You don't. And if Carolina is able to come back, you have to think about the job that their bullpen had done.
Yep.
Keeping them in this game. Keeping it close.
These two teams are scoreless since the 5th. 3-0. Georgia Tech. We're in the 9th. 2 runners on and nobody out, and a 3-0 count to Gavin Gallagher. Patel will step off and throw back toward Avincula. The pitch. There's a strike. 3-1. Gallagher taking all the way. Pulled foul. Full now. Three and 2 it is to Gallagher. Called strike 3.
How about Patel? 3-0 and gets him looking. Pitch is down, but it's been called down the last few innings.
Well, here's Owen Hull after Gavin Gallagher was shocked. That was the Carolina dugout. 2 on, 1 out. And Hull 1 for 3 with a double. Up and out, ball 1. You see, last 10 for Owen Hull. 16 RBIs, 13 runs, and 563. Is that any good?
Oh, that's tremendous. And you got to think about the last 2 swings from the left-handed hitters. They've been on point.
Whipped. Caught on a line shot by Schmidt. My goodness. 2 away.
How about Schmidt going to his right there? A lot of teams would actually play the first baseman on the line. Instead, he is not on the line. Seemed just a step and a half dive. Really good read to be able to get Hall out. Huge out.
Look at Owen Hall. You got to be kidding me. Nope. But here's Winslow. He's homered in each of the last 2 games. And he cracks that foul.
The ability that this is the ability that Winslow has had to be able to hit for power, middle to the pull side, has been really impressive in this series.
Remember now, the winner today has first place in the ACC. That's at stake here too. They're tied for first now. That ball towards center, Burris to his left, and Georgia Tech salvages the 3rd game of the series with a 5-2 win today. What a performance by James Ramsey. His team gets off the deck.
They get off the deck, they score early, they score often, something they weren't able to do on Friday and Saturday. And it's the bullpen. Both teams' bullpens kept this game close.
Great to be with Eduardo Perez here in Chapel Hill. 5-2 Georgia Tech the winner. Let's get you to ACC softball. Here is Mark Neely.